Welcome to Tammy After Dark. Tonight I want to talk about something that I was just over on Reddit and I saw. The conversation is about being wanted. So, what happens when you spend most of your life wanting to feel wanted? Not loved, not liked, but wanted. Because I think there's a difference. And when I really started reflecting on my life, I realized that so many of my decisions were connected to they were connected to this. I wanted to feel wanted somewhere. I worked hard. I got the degrees and certifications. I chased accomplishments. I built a career. And while I genuinely wanted those things, I think part of me also believed that if I accomplished enough, achieved enough, proved enough, then I would finally feel wanted. Like I belong. Like I mattered. Like I was wanted. And I don't think I realized how deeply that was influencing my life until I started my whole healing journey. Because the truth is, when you don't fully believe you're wanted, you start trying to earn your place everywhere. At work, in friendships, in relationships. You become the person that overgives, the person who shows up first, the person who does more than they need to, the person who constantly proves their value. Not because you're a bad person, but because somewhere deep down, you're hoping someone will finally say, you don't have to earn your place here. And honestly, that realization was really hard for me. Because when I look back at some of my relationships, I can see how often I confuse being needed with being wanted. I confused effort with love. I confused overgiving with connection. I would show up in ways that weren't even being asked of me. I would tolerate things I shouldn't have tolerated. I would extend grace that wasn't always deserved. And if I'm being completely honest, a lot of it came from just wanting reassurance that I mattered, that I was chosen, that I was wanted. And the hard part about healing is really realizing that no matter the amount of achievements, overgiving, people pleasing, or proving yourself can permanently fill that space. Because eventually, you have to ask yourself a different question. What if the validation I'm looking for isn't outside of me? What if the thing I've been searching for in accomplishments, in relationships, in other people's approval, something I have to learn to give myself? And I know that's easier said than done because when you spent years chasing evidence that you're wanted, it's hard to suddenly just stop looking for it. But I think healing has taught me something important. Being wanted is not something you prove, it's something you recognize. The people who value you don't require constant performances. The people who care about you don't require endless auditions. The right spaces don't require you to shrink, overextend, or overexhaust yourself just to belong. And maybe that's what I've been learning lately. Maybe healing isn't about becoming more impressive. Maybe it's about becoming more convinced of your own worth. Because the moment you truly believe you're worthy, you stop working so hard to convince everyone else. And honestly, that might be one of the most freeing parts of this whole healing journey. So, thank you for listening to me rant, and I hope that this resonates with someone that has been feeling that same way or has had a similar journey. We're all out here to support each other, so don't feel like you're alone.